Welcome back. Let's continue in this episode. Alright. Right then, tell us their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort of sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the constructions of Talus's bodies are mined in the same place. The place, of course, being here, the Hills of Ember. And it was 3 years ago when she. No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Trafel or someone else. Back to the tavern then. Shit, ow, ow. Okay. Still here. You can ask again, but the answer's the same. Our trolleys are. What? God damn it, jerk! You could've at least finished, so I would've had to clean up the. I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such a quick progress in fixing that talus and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he may be right. Gather your friends, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now piss off back to wherever you came from, and don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows. But somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Oh boy, he lost both of them? Oh, fuck me. That's the worst. If not for those damned Talos, she'd... Why must he always treat me like this? I wish there was more we could do for you, I truly do, but after Agnes' accident, no one is allowed near those mines. Well, full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Thraff, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stone we require? We, no matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all the veins were tapped dry years ago. Though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you may find something in Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite so deep. When you get there, look for Gutha John and tell him I sent you. But don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. Akira, I think it best Dankred joined thee in this search. Though he wishes be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil and his thoughts clouded. 'Twould be unwise to ignore his distress. Come on, Dankred, my boy, me boy. Let's do this. Off to somewhere, are you? At last, a lead on the stone. We need to power the talus. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. But first, I require the... Oh, there... Nope, that's not it. There you are. Have you seen a charm like this before? I found it among the stones brought from the mine. A lot of the workers wear these for good luck, and I expect whoever lost it is wondering where it went. It's the first time I've seen one made from cat's eye, so the owner shouldn't be hard to track down. I'd go and look for them myself, but I've got too much to do here. Would you be able to go in my place? The graveyard's keeper is quite knowledgeable about the charm and whatnot, so it might be worth asking him. What's that you have here there? Oh yes, the cat's eye charms like these. This were once used to ward off misfortune. The tradition began with the Church of the First Light, and the gem represents their patron deity. Even though no one follows that old religion anymore, some of its customs remain, especially among the miners. You don't see many this exquisite, though I seem to remember the fellow with a cat's eye, with an eye patch, kept a similar charm around his neck. It might even be the exact same one. I never caught his name, but he's not hard to miss. The last I saw him, he was leaving to mine Nuvi's leavings with some of the others. So conveniently, we're gonna be going through there. All right. Bum, 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 boom. Oh, I didn't notice you there. What do you want? Where did you get this? Gods, how could I have been so careless? This was all my sister left behind before she... Look, I'd rather not talk about it, but I appreciate you bringing this back to me. It means a lot. Ooh. Alright. Let's talk to Thinkred. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Guth John has to say before we celebrate. Assuming we can find him, that is. Is this our man? Who are you? And oh fuck, oops. Oh, alright. Well, you should have listened to Trafo. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is Leonine. All the talus in the Hells of Amber are powered using them. Or were at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use talus to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the highest levels of any fragments of Leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What, you're asking for a trade secret? I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine, what do you want? The other day, I found a Vorbert gold piece down in the mines. A bloody Voibert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it, and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Akira. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. As I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these sun drops. They keep the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in and handle this area here? I'll retrace your steps after in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drop's efforts wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Okay. You search the shadow. Okay, nothing of use. Okay, cool. Nothing lies upon thy. Let's see. As you search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Voidbird gold piece. Sweet. I was hoping he'd drop the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Oh, maybe she is. Yours, at least. In the end, your contribution was little more than poor company. Well, I couldn't have done it without your sundrops. Come now, Thancred, you were far more prepared for this task than I. No more than usual, I assume you. I only managed to survive the Corathan wilderness and the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louisoix, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties thought, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Guth John. The sooner we get back to Uranje and Minfilia, the better. You're back. Wait, does that mean? Yes. By the gods! I'll be damned, you actually found it. Well, I deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did it, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Shit, I could have talked to Thancred. Oh well, or... So what's it? Okay, I'm missing just one more quest. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh my god. Ow. There we go. Ow. I hope you waited for the sun drops to wear off. They work wonders in the dark, but in the light of day, they'll only bring you pain. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you're not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leon 9. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rock worms? There we go. Sorry. Give me one moment. Okay. Shit. Right. There we go. There we go. Ah, fuck. Fuck this contraption. Okay. Rockworms. I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, and they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through the cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach. And on occasion, they come back with something valuable. They dig up Leonine in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes. They said, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide. So how can we draw out these walk worms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock 'em sense and check their backs. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Alright. And air in the mines grows thick and with smoke. Nearby you hear the soft rumbling of stones. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. Alright. I guess I'll just think, yeah. Oh, that was powerful. Alright. Let's go find the other 5 more. Alright. Wait, is there another one? What the fuck? Oh, wait, maybe right over here. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I think it's bugged. Oh wait, never mind. I think it's rank. Yep, yep. All right. Ah shit, I missed my combo. Fuck me. Okay. Yes, please. There we go. What the fuck? I found my share of rocks. Hopefully there's Leonine among them. There you are. Find anything promising? Yes. Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's going to take time for me to sift through all this.
You may not remember this about Arminfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend. Far from it. And Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this.
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Motherfucker. I swear, this game just wants to make me cry. I had hoped we would find Leonine, but to find that particular specimen is nothing short of a miracle. I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you set it in the talus, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years, he believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, Goth John, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. Ooh, sweet. But first, I hear side quest. Ba 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 ba. Say, perhaps you could help me. As you've no doubt noticed, most of the Twang's miners are run so. There's a Mistel lad, though, the only one of his kind in the whole town. His name is Kisat, a bit of a loner, always sticking by himself in places where you'll be lucky to find a few lumps of coal. Never mind gems and such. I often ask him why he doesn't mind the same spots as the rest of us, but he never gives me a proper answer. I dare say he would be more inclined to speak with an outsider, though. If you could get the truth out of him and see if anything is the matter, it would put my mind at ease. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. Okay. Oh, cutscene. Ugh, God. Looks horrible. A traveler, what do you want with me? Lucky to find a couple of lumps of coal. Is that what he said? Shows how much he knows. You, on the other hand, might be better audience for my master plan. Have you ever heard of alloy called Nabathium? It's strong, light, and resistant to heat and friction. It was one of the most valuable metals in the Bath Orang, and a lot of their jewelry was made from the stuff. The trouble is, the techniques for mixing the alloy were lost to the flood. I've been looking for a way to make my own, and my search led me to a scroll that explains the methods, right down to the last detail. After having a historian decipher it, I learned that I lacked one final ingredient, futabite, and that is what I'm digging for. Short of venturing into the empty, my next best option is to look for a vein here in Mmerang. Of course, I'd stand a better chance much better chance of finding one if I had help. But I'd rather not have to rely on anyone from around here. Some of the Ronso miners take exception to the fact I'm Mistel. They seem to think we're not built for this kind of work. When I find that Rutabite, they'll see how wrong they are. You know, this is the first time I've said more than about 2 words to anyone in a while, and I feel better for getting that off my chest. Might be a bit sudden, but I have an idea. How would you like to see the moment I finally unearth that vein of ore? Well, what I really mean is that I need someone there to act as a witness. Otherwise, the others might think I brought a lump of it from somewhere ludicrously expensive as it is, and am pretending to have dug it up myself. Will you do me this favor? You will, thank you. Luckily, I've found the perfect spot for my next dig spot. If my miner's hunch is correct, the one should be waiting just below the surface. It's in Nuvi's leaving, so I'll wait for you there. Shit. Motherfucker. I'm guessing this is the last one? Yeah, that's the last quest. Shit. Did I fuck up? No, nope, I did not. Can I get through there from here? Motherfucker, I can. Ayo. Phew, I'm glad that's over. How am I supposed to concentrate on my work with all these creatures disturbing me? You certainly know how to handle yourself, though that fiend never stood a chance. But I dread to think to what would have happened if you hadn't showed up. Hopefully, nothing else will try to get between me and my dream. Many thanks, my friend. Okay, fuck you. Goodbye. Go fuck yourself, by the way. Alright, time to cry. Gods, what do we say? What? Oh, it's you. If you've come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before it won't run and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it. Along with your son's, it was a gift from your wife, Magnus, from Agna. No, she couldn't have. Agna. Take it. Do it with it. Do with it what you will. Are you certain it won't would delay our plans? But I said take it. It was you who found it. You who needs it. Looking at the stone, all I can see is. Please, just leave me be. I hope you'll be there when the Talus stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Uranje? Sorry, I couldn't be of more help, but by the sounds of it, you have a knack for handling strange requests. On the bright side, Iranchi taught me a lot about the Talos and their hearts. I think I can help if they need further repairs. You found Leonine? Truly, then what are we waiting for? Let's get the trolley moving. Finally, we can move on to Nabath Orang, assuming this works, of course. You what? By the gods, I didn't think it possible. Thou art returned with the Leonine, it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been made ready to receive its heart. Thanks in no small part to Jirk, Thav, and Minfilia. At last we shall return time to the timeless, the sentinel of stone, that we may press on towards Nabath Orang. Very good. Now let us begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready. It's working! It's working! Magnus!
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble? This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Not today.
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for her energies. And I am not in the habit of pointing her at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of her, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you? once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of her mortal flesh. Not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
Oh, fuck me. I forgot how. Ah. Fuck. My heart. I'm fine. Really, it's just been a long day. I only want what's best for her. If only she could see that. My apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss, which bringeth me to the question: how didst thou find Tancred during your search? He spoke of Minfilia, of his own record, I see. 'Tis well that he did, and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercepted. A regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end, he refused to heed my console. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now, let us not tarry any longer. The Talus and the Bath Orang await. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, okay. Magnus maketh ready for our departure, even as we speak. Might I prevail upon thee to inquire as to his progress? Okay. Dun, ba, ba, ba. All right. I'd say that concludes this episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Shadowbringers. Oh, fuck me. This expansion, I forgot how fucking touching it is. And just my heart beats sorrow hearing everything I can hear. Hey, thanks for joining me, and see you in the next episode. Till then, fare thee well.